So if we want a hand, a 5-card hand dealt to us where there's at most 1 queen, then you're either going to have a hand that has 1 queen with 4 other cards, or you're going to have a hand that has no queens in it. Okay? Can you have a hand with 2 queens?
No.
No, because it says at most 1 queen. Okay? So these are your 2 possibilities. You either get a hand with no queens, or you get a hand with 1 queen and 4 other cards. Okay, so now let's figure out how many of these hands are possible. Let's figure out how many of these hands are possible. And the word or always means to add. Okay? The word or always means to add those 2 amounts together. Okay? So, who could tell me how we figure out how many hands have 1 queen and 4 other cards in it? You've gotten problems like that yesterday. Nick?
For NCR. And then 48 NCR 4.
Good. 4C1 times 48C4. Why? There are 4 queens, and you're getting some combination of 1 of them in your hand. There are 48 cards that are not queens, and you are getting some combination of 4 of them. And it's happening together, and means multiply, so 4C1 times 48C4. I'm going to need some help here in a second, but we're going to set it up first, okay? And then how many ways could you get a hand, a 5-card hand in it that has no queens in it?
52
48.
48
C5.
C5, 48 C5. We can't do 52 because if you say all the cards are possible to get, there could be a queen in there. We need to only look at the cards that are not queens. There's 48 cards that are not queens, and we're being dealt a hand of 5 that have none of the queens in there, so 48 C5. Okay, now I need some calculator help, all right? Go ahead and get going on that. Get a calculator and do it.
I don't have one.
There's none left? Okay. After adding them together? Okay. Anybody have these separate?
Oh, I have them separate.
What do you got separately? What's for this first one?
778,320.
778,320?
Yeah.
And the next one?
1,712,000.
I missed the last part. 304. Okay. Add those 2 amounts together and you get your final answer, 2,490,624. 2,490,624. Okay? All right, any questions there on 17? Please speak up if you guys have questions on this. If you don't understand this, say something.
So C's order doesn't matter?
Correct.
And T order matters?
Yes. Yep, and when you're getting cards dealt to you, order doesn't matter. Yes?
So queens are 5, so we have like jacks that are, or no, queens is 4, right?
There are 4 queens in the deck.
Yeah, so
Yep.
you use the same thing for jacks.
There are 4 jacks, there are 4 aces, there are 4 kings, yep.
Okay.
Yep. Anything else? Okay, what's 18 say?
At least one spade.
At least one spade. At least one spade.
Other 13 spades?
There are 13 spades, yep. Mm-hmm. Here. your name on it, put the time on it, put the pen back on my desk. At least one spade. So what does that mean?
It's the same thing
You
as
get out
the
this
tree
one
was,
spade
isn't
in
it?
your hand.
It's similar, but still a little different.
You can have
You can have
all
so many
spades.
13
You have to have
all
all
spades.
spades.
You could have one spade,
Yeah.
all spades, two spades, three spades, four spades. Okay? So you could get a hand with one spade and four other cards. Or you could get a hand with two spades and three other cards. Or you could get a hand with three spades and two others.
Four spades, one.
Or four spades with one other. Or five spades. Okay? Alright. How many spades are there? 13. How many not spades are there? Not spades.
39.
39.
39.
Okay? So, let's go through this. How many ways could I get a hand where I get one spade and four other cards that are not spades? 13 C1 times 39 C4. 13 C1 times 39 C4. I'm getting, people don't understand this yet. I'm gathering that from the lack of, or the looks like this. Okay? So, next one. Paul.
13C2 and then 39C3.
Because there are 13 spades and you're getting two of them dealt to you. There are 39 other cards, you're getting three of them dealt to you. 13C2 times 39C3. Or three spades, two others. Zach.
Well, 13C3, and then, so, it'd be,
How many cards in the deck are not spades, are other cards?
it'd be,
How many cards are spades?
13,
How many cards are in the deck?
52.
So how many are not spades?
39. So
39.
30, no, yeah, it'd be 39C2.
39C2. Okay? So 13C3 times 39C2. Okay? Plus 4 spades, one other card. Column. 4 spades, one other card.
13C4 times 39C1.
Okay? 39C1. Plus all 5 spades. Anybody?
13C5.
13C5. Okay? So find that answer, 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 add all those answers together. Okay? Or what else could you have done? Would have been a lot faster.
Is the easier way?
Oh, heck yes.
You could
Could you just do that like 13C1 times 39C4 factorial?
You're not arranging all of those different hands forever all the way to 1. That's factorial only works if you're arranging all of something all the way, you know, if you have 10 people and you want to put them all in a row. How many total 5-card hands are in a deck, period? What would you have to do? How many total 5-card hands could you essentially be dealt? I don't need to know the number, tell me the math you do. You should all know this. How many total 5-card hands could be dealt? 52C5, right? 52C5 is the total number of hands that could be dealt. Okay? How many hands have no spades?
52.
No spades.
39C5.
39C5. So what if I take all the hands possible that you could get and subtract all the hands that have no spades? What are you left with? All the hands that have what?
Spades.
At least one, right?
Why wouldn't you tell us that first?
Because you didn't have this stuff figured out, and this is important for like the problem above. You guys as a class didn't have this figured out yet, so I knew by doing 5 of them, I think I would get through to you.
You're a crow person.
No, I just don't like teaching things over and over and over again, so I figured I'd do that. But on this problem, absolutely, I would personally, if I did this one, I would do 52C5 to get the total number of cards possible, and I'd take away 39C5 because those are all of the hands where there's not a spade in it. And if you take all the hands possible that could be dealt to you, and then take away all the ones that don't have a spade in it, you're left with all the ones that have at least one spade. Okay? Questions on that? Answer, whether you do it the shortcut way or the long way, 2,023,203. 2,023,203. Okay? Alright, so there's 17 and 18.